The hidden ledger of a bottling plant, that water bottle you bought for $1 at the supermarket, without realizing it, you're holding onto the edge of an empire. Because behind one of the most ordinary-looking products in the world hides one of the industry's quietest, most profitable businesses, bottling plants. Today we're opening that hidden ledger, and we're asking just one question: what does it really cost to own a bottling plant? The answer is far more layered than you'd think, and it holds far more line items than most people ever consider. Want to open a cafe? You could start with a few tens of thousands of dollars, but a bottling plant is a completely different league. Here, the numbers start at 6 figures and can stretch into 7. Now, before we go further, let's see what's really going on. Millions of products roll out of these facilities every single day, right? But there's a hidden side that no one ever sees. Bottles get filled, caps get sealed, labels get applied, and the product ships off to the shelves as if everything is perfectly normal. But inside these facilities, there's another section that cameras and visitors rarely get to see. A small mistake made in there doesn't just send thousands of products straight to the trash. It might trigger something far more damaging. So what really happens once the doors of a bottling plant close? And behind the production line, what's actually written in that hidden ledger the consumer never gets to see? Today, we're stepping inside the facility, and I'm uncovering, step by step, the process no one has ever told you about. The backdrop of an ordinary product on paper, it looks simple to everyone, even to investors. A building, a few machines, some water, some plastic. Bottle it, label it, sell it. That's why many entrepreneurs look at this business as low-risk, fast profit. After all, water is a product that will never run out. Demand is always there. But the real ledger doesn't open like that. A bottling plant is actually 4 separate businesses stacked on top of one another. A production facility, a laboratory, a logistics company, and a brand all in one. And all 4 of them pull their own invoice out of your pocket, not one after another, but all at once, as if unaware of each other. Now let's open this ledger, line by line. Are we going to lose money or turn a profit, do you think? Or how much will the numbers coming out of our pocket actually affect us? Setup costs: the first line item, land and concrete. For small-scale facility, land and building costs start at roughly $80,000 to $180,000. This isn't just about putting up 4 walls, flooring that meets food safety standards, ventilation, wastewater systems. It's all included in that figure. A food facility isn't built like a warehouse. Every square inch has to be inspection-ready. If you're bottling your own beverage and launching a brand, especially a new one, your food engineering and quality control team needs to be fully in place, flawless, completely ready. The second line item, the machine fleet, a water treatment unit, a filling line, a capping and packaging system. A mid-scale setup requires an investment of $100,000 to $300,000. Because this market runs deep, and if you're also going to sell online and through advertising on top of retail shelves, that's extra territory requiring additional investment. As you scale up and automation increases, this number multiplies easily. Then comes storage equipment, metering systems, and point-of-sale hardware for stores. Each looks small on its own, but together they add up to tens of thousands of dollars. There's one more line item people forget: the distribution fleet. The vehicles needed to move the product from the facility to the shelf can require an investment of around $100,000 on their own. And the starting inventory, bottles, caps, labels, raw materials, adds another roughly $80,000. Now add it all up. A realistic starting figure for a small-scale bottling plant is around $500,000. At mid-scale, that exceeds $1.5 million. And for a large, fully automated facility, crossing $5 million is not surprising at all. And this is the invoice before a single bottle has even been produced. We must always remember cash reserves for when things go badly, and the psychology and steps needed to keep the brand standing matter just as much. R&D, the invisible laboratory. Now we're getting to the part of this business that nobody talks about: R&D. It's just water. What R&D could there possibly be, you might think, but in reality, there's a lab process that runs for months before a single drop ever reaches the facility. Formulation testing, the water's mineral balance, pH level, shelf life. If it's a beverage, the flavor profile. Preservative balance, a recipe that must produce the exact same result in every single batch, because the consumer notices a difference instantly. Packaging R&D, the plastic of the bottle, the seal integrity of the cap, the label's resistance to moisture and heat. As sustainability pressure increases, recyclable material research gets added to this bill too. Today, designing a bottle is a far more expensive engineering process than it was a decade ago. Then comes the licensing and compliance process. In the US, food facility registration itself is offered free by the FDA on paper, but that doesn't mean it's cost-free. Authorized agent fees, label compliance audits, outside consulting services. These line items can easily reach a few $1,000s a year and tens of thousands at larger scale. And every new product, every new flavor, every new packaging change restarts this entire lab process from scratch. Every time you want to try a new aroma, retest, reapprove, wait all over again. So R&D isn't a line item you pay once and forget. It's an account that stays open for as long as the facility operates. The one ledger line that never closes, and in fact, it's the core issue here, the single most important area, just as it is across every investment category. Operating costs once the facility is built, the story doesn't end, it actually just begins. Labor, the production line, quality control, the logistics team, a payroll that keeps flowing constantly. A bottling plant, despite automation, is still a labor-intensive business. Raw materials, bottles, caps, labels, cardboard, pallets. On their own, these look like small line items, but as volume grows, they turn into the single biggest expense category because every bottle repeats the same cost, one more time. Energy and water, treatment systems, cooling, filling lines all run continuously. A bottling plant essentially operates like a hidden energy company. Its bill arrives with the same regularity every single month. And distribution. Getting the product to stores means fuel, drivers, warehouse rent, and logistics agreements. Just the operating costs of the first 3 months alone can reach $100,000 for a small facility. That's an extra figure coming out of your pocket before the facility has earned a single cent in profit. And don't forget, even a small-scale facility typically operates with a team of more than 10 people on the production line, in quality control, in the warehouse, in shipping. Every one of them is a payroll line that arrives on the same day, every month. Revenue and profit margin. So what do you actually get in return? Industry sources show that profit margins in bottling plants range between 25% and 50%. For some premium and small batch products, that figure can climb much higher. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? But this number can be misleading, because this business feeds on volume far more than margin. The few cents you earn from a single bottle of water only turn into meaningful income once you're selling millions of bottles, and reaching that volume usually takes years. So between the high setup cost and the promise of a high margin, there's a long break-even period that has to be endured with patience. Many facilities don't reach profitability until their second or even third year. The real page of the hidden ledger, and now we're getting to the part that earns our channel its name, hidden costs. First, the price of getting onto the supermarket shelf. Big chains can demand slotting fees just to place your product on the shelf, a real line item that appears in absolutely no budget spreadsheet. Second, liability insurance. A single contamination incident, a single recall process carries a risk that alone could sink a young facility. Third, seasonality. Demand explodes in the summer and collapses in winter, but the machines, the labor, and the rent keep running at the exact same pace all 12 months of the year. And fourth, perhaps the quietest one, water rights and regulatory risk. Access to the water source, environmental restrictions, plastic tax debates, all lines that aren't written today but can show up in front of you tomorrow. This is exactly where the real ledger opens. The page you don't see is, more often than not, more crowded than the one you do. Write a message. So that $1 water bottle is actually the final result of a setup worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, a laboratory process that runs for months, and a risk calculation that never truly ends. That's why the bottling plant business isn't low risk, guaranteed profit. It's a business of patient capital, the right scale, and a well-managed ledger. Behind every product that looks cheap, there's a ledger like this. And here, we'll keep opening those ledgers for you. What should the next hidden ledger be?